These are going to be knots that you can use for square scarves or oblong scarves, which are the long rectangle ones. Those are the ones that I think are most common. So I also have some pleated plissé scarves. Let me show you that one. Let's see. Like this, that I can do a tutorial for. And also some big 140 centimeter shawls. And yeah, so I can do another video with those if you're interested. But I'm going to get started today with a 90 centimeter, which is 34 inches, square scarf from Hermes. And I'm going to show you the basic bias fold, which is the starting point for most of the scarf knots that I know. So I'm going to take the corner, lay it over my arm, and then from the elbow to the middle finger, right there, and then reach over, take the point opposite and bring it up to my elbow. So this fold, if you try to do it on a bed or a counter, it's hard to get it to lie right, because once you start playing with the bias, it pulls and stretches. But this way, over your arm, gravity is working for you. So you can see if you're doing it right, it should be about symmetrical here. If you've got it like that, then you need to like recenter it. And it's worth getting it right because then it'll make the knot lay like you want. So what I just did there is take from over and over to the elbow, and now I'm going to go toward the middle on both sides. And now, based on how full you want it up here on your shoulders and your neck, you can go in half or you can go in thirds, like I'm going to do here. Like this. So now you can wear it just like this. Looks great under a jacket. It's super simple. And I used to, when I was first starting out, I used to think that fancier, more complicated knots was the best way to do it. But now I really have changed my mind to think that easy, just threw it on, you know, something gorgeous on top of your outfit. It's just so chic and gorgeous. And I really prefer those. They're faster, first of all, in the morning. But yeah, I think they look even better than the super complicated things. There's something called the basic slide. This is a super easy knot that requires a scarf ring. And scarf rings have different shapes and sizes. Here's one for a big shawl. Here's one for a tiny little gavroche pocket square. So this one is going to use a large size scarf ring. I'm going to put the point through and pull it up to about where I want the scarf, the two pieces to cross. Take the point through the bottom of the scarf ring and leave this loose, fingers through, point of the scarf, and pull it through. And now I'm going to take both sides that are on the scarf ring side and just give them a tug. So it's very secure, right? I'll fluff it a little bit, turn it, and you can vary where this cross is. If you have a deep V-neck, you might want it a little bit lower to mirror that look that your sweater or shirt has. And you can also use this same look, but instead of feeding this underneath right here, you can pull the scarf back so that there's room to put this point through the other side of the scarf ring, like that. Now the point through this side. And that will sit a little bit differently than the one that is an actual cross. So, lets the scarf look beautiful, super easy. You can also start the same way, but take the other side and put it through the top, just like the first side you did. Turn that. And then through the bottom, just like the first side. Put that point through there. So see how that lays a little bit differently, right? But it really lets the scarf be the beautiful thing. The knot is not the beautiful thing. The scarf is the thing that is the attention getter. All right. A different kind of scarf ring with the same bias fold that we did, same bias fold just draped around my neck. I'm going to use this Regate scarf ring, which is just a circle. And this is a good time to tell you that cheap scarf rings are not, I mean, they will break your heart. I got one off of Amazon and it was not completely smooth inside. And I did this. I pulled it through the scarf ring and it just ran the scarf. Broke my heart, really. It's really worth your money if you're going to decide to get a scarf ring. I will leave some links down below in the description box for my favorite places to get either Hermes or I like my collection, excuse me, as well. Hers come from France, and they really open up a world of possibilities when you are tying scarves. This Regate scarf ring keeps this secure. It's just a easy over the shoulder toss, but without this scarf ring, it can get just, you know, you lean over to grab something out of your handbag and it's falling, or the least little breeze. You're constantly trying to readjust. You don't have that worry with a scarf ring here. It's, again, super easy, stays all day, just gorgeous. All right. Now, the basic slide that I showed you a minute ago, you can also do a bow with that. And that is both sides of the scarf up through the top part of the scarf ring, and then wrap them around behind. Let me see if I can get my hand out of the way. And you can see, wrap them around behind and push the point through. See that? I'm going to do it again. Wrap it around behind, and whoop, it's getting a little crowded. Get the point through there and just pull it smoothly through. Now, this is the midpoint of this knot, but I like it enough that I wear it like this sometimes. I think it looks lovely. But if you pull the sides out like that, and then open these pleats, because remember we folded the basic bias fold, folds it in on itself. So you can pull it out, you know, to whatever degree of fullness you like. And then I like, if it will cooperate with me and stay to the side, I really like it to be a little bit asymmetrical over on the side like that. So it looks like a bow, but you didn't do any wrapping or pulling. It's just that scarf ring that's holding it in place. Excuse me. Now, I'd like to show you how to wear two scarves. They don't even have to match. If you have two scarves that you like together, put them together and wear them as one look, and it'll be great. Here's another scarf in a bias fold. I'm gonna wrap it around my neck. So now I have what's called a trio scarf ring. See, it's these three rings. So one side is gonna go through two rings this way. See that? The other side is going to go top to bottom on the other side. Hold them about even, slide it up. And there you go. This way, my favorite way to wear this is to have, well, I don't wear it this way. I don't have two scarves with the same pattern. But if you have two scarves with the same pattern but different colorways, it looks fantastic. I mean, the flavor of the scarf is the same, even if the colors appear to clash, really. It looks fantastic. But there we go. All right, the next one is an asymmetric wrap. The asymmetric wrap starts with a rectangle. I'm going to use this one to show you. Here's the scarf. I'm going to fold it in a rectangle, like that. Then I'm going to hold the opposite corners. Let me do that again. Here's the rectangle, and then I'm going to hold the opposite corner, like that. And you can see how it just drapes over on itself. I'm going to put it behind myself and wrap it in front. And then I'm going to tie a square knot, which is very secure. You don't have to worry about it going anywhere. This is my favorite knot for the summer months because it leaves your neck cool. It doesn't get too close, too hot. There's nothing worse than being too hot. So this is how it looks from the back. And you can see, I showed you the whole scarf there at the beginning, and you can see how the way that the scarf is wrapped, you get to see quite a lot of it. Yeah, and just little peeks of here's horses and people and snow, and it's just great. This one I'd like to show you sort of as a bonus. I'd like to show you how that same knot looks with a 70 centimeter scarf. This is a little bit smaller. This is 27 inches instead of 34. So, oops. Here we go with the rectangle, opposite corners. Wrap it around. Now this is going to be closer to my neck because the scarf is so much smaller, and because the square knot takes so much fabric, I like to use a scarf ring for this one. Just up through one side, down the other, and then the other side through the top. Come on now. There we go. And fold it down. There we go. Come on. There we go. Get those points right through there, and it will be secure. That scarf ring really holds it in place. It's lovely. There we go. So it looks like a buckle there, and it's super, you know, even with the smaller size, what I said is closer to my neck, but it's loose. It's really lovely. Speaking of close to your neck, I recommend wholeheartedly buying scarves that are silk or cashmere, because no matter how beautiful a scarf is, if it is made of synthetic fibers, I really find that this section of your body, your neck, it's very sensitive and it's sort of intimate right here, so close to your face. And if you find that you're feeling itchy or too hot or just uncomfortable, no matter how beautiful the scarf is, I don't wear it. I wear scarves that I'm comfortable once it's on. Like my sister says, once it's tied, you don't see it. You just feel it. So I really recommend silk and cashmere if you can get it. In fact, I almost don't even care about the color and the pattern. If I can find a good quality scarf on a good price, then I'll buy it. And like I've gotten silk scarves from Nordstrom, but they have been like compared to my Hermes scarves of the same size. The Nordstrom scarf compared to the Hermes scarf maybe weighs 4 times as much. There's so much more silk in these scarves. They're just thicker. They lay much more beautifully. They drape. And sometimes a scarf, even if it's 100% silk, can be very slidey and slippery so that it's hard to knot it. It's hard to secure it. They sort of migrate through the day. I'm just not as happy wearing them. I find that it is totally worth my money. I would rather get one Hermes scarf than 3 other scarves. Really, they just are the best. All right, so I would like to show you, oh, I didn't show you this one from the front. Here we go. And Hermes scarves have names, and I don't know the names of all of mine, but they're all on the scarf. So if I do a scarf collection, I'll have them ready. So here we go. I'm doing a basic bias fold, elbow to middle finger to elbow. Oops, I didn't do it right. There we go, there we go. And then to the center. And in thirds. There we go. Now I'm going to use an No Infinity scarf ring. Points go through and just slide it right up. Super simple, right? So simple. There's another way to do the same thing, just one point goes side to side, the other point goes the other way, and just pull until it's the length that you want and fluff, right? So again, so simple. The scarf is really the attention getter, not the knot. Now here's a fake knot. It is an actual knot. I don't know why it's called a fake knot. So the right side gets a little longer because of the amount of fabric you're going to use in the knot. Put your hand down and wrap towards your shoulder around to the outside, and then put that point through like that. Let me try it again. Around your hand, and then up behind and through. But before you pull it tight, you want to feed the other side through there. Now, this way is much, much less bulky than a square knot. And with it looks really different with an oblong scarf. I'll do that in a little while. But it can look like a men's tie. You can wear it with a collared shirt, just sort of unbuttoned a little bit, and just the tie in there under the collar, and looks great. I really like that way. Now let's show you the half bow. The half bow uses another scarf ring. Come up here to about where you're going to want the 2 sides to cross. The point through the bottom of the scarf ring. And then instead of the point, you're going to go about halfway down and fold the scarf. That fold is going to go through under where you're pinching there to go underneath the part that's going in the scarf ring, right? Now, on either side of the scarf ring, just give it a little tug. It's totally secure. It's not going anywhere. So you can open up this fold that you made and pull out make it as full as you like, and it's a half bow. And you can vary the look of this by having it closer, farther down, smaller, larger. Yeah, super easy. Now, I'd like to show you the Knotty Necklace. Not naughty, naughty, but knots. So, basic bias fold, find the middle, and tie a simple knot. Now, a little ways down, tie a simple knot. A little ways down, tie a simple knot. I'm going to try to get those to be equidistant. And then square knot to secure back behind your neck. And you can vary this look, how long it is, and how big the knots are by pulling them tighter or making them looser. So if you want more of a choker, you can fluff up these knots, and it'll pull in this sideways fabric and make it bigger. I mean, excuse me, make it closer to your neckline. Yeah. And another kind of necklacey collar knot that I really enjoy also starts with the bias fold and uses one of those No Infinity or Regate scarf rings. I'm going to use the Regate. I'm going to put the point through this ring and slide it down to the middle. All right. Now, this is going to go behind me and cross and come to the front. Point through the scarf ring and gently pull. Point through the scarf ring and gently pull. I like to twist these so that the not raw edges, but the edges, the hem, are underneath. But look at that. I love that. It is just so pretty. Just right up by your face, a little bit of fancy schmancy. And if you find that you got it too tight, right? You were hoping for long tails, and so you have it like this, and you think, well, I just can't wear it like that all day long. All you have to do is just, you know, adjust it until you're happy with it. Yeah. Here we go. All right. I'd also like to show you how to make a square scarf into an infinity scarf. Bias fold, very small square knot. And you want to tug on that, make sure it's secure. Now slide that around so that the knot is behind you. Take the loop, twist it once, right over your head, and fluff. Gorgeous. Nothing to it. Just so gorgeous. Right? Just fantastic little last sparkle of your outfit, and looks great. All right. Now I'd like to show you some knots that start with a square scarf folded into a triangle. The first one is called the flower knot. So square scarf folded into a triangle. Actually, I'm going to use a different scarf so you can see another one. All right, I'm going to use this one, Sans Souci. So square scarf folded into a triangle. And I'm going to drape this behind me so that it's not too far down my back, because I want quite a bit of the scarf in front. Right? I'm going to take the folded pieces here, not the edges, but the middle pieces right here. I'm going to pinch them together and hold them together. And then I'm going to feed those little pieces through a round scarf ring. And I'm going to go zoop, right? It looks different every time you do it. It looks chic and elegant and easy and fluid, and it's very secure. It is very secure if you pull the pieces apart like this. If you have them down, I learned the hard way. If you have them down too straight, this can work its way down. I've only had that happen one time, but so I'll show you again, and you can see how they look, how it looks different sometimes. If I make it closer up to my neck, I'm not going to be able to pull it quite so, quite as much out. The bow's going to be smaller, And I'm also not going to go quack because I want it to be comfortable. I just go up to where it is, you know, where I like it, sort of, right? That's how it looks from the back. Yeah. Now, the next knot is called the Cowboy knot. This is how I wear my scarves more often than any other. It is very easy and it just looks great. So, triangle. I take my hands about shoulder width apart and do an accordion fold like that. And then holding very gently, I pass the points around to the front. The reason I do that is because this knot is not comfortable if it is too close to your neck. I've seen the knot explained this way, and I don't like it. It's just too, I mean, it looks the same, but it does not feel the same. I find that I enjoy wearing the knot if I start with a triangle and do that accordion fold and then carefully just pass it behind my neck and gently bring those forward. So now I have the 2 points. I'm going to tie a square knot, not too close. And then I just adjust, pull that down a little bit, fluff the inside so you can see. You can see with this knot, you can see the edge. You can see mostly, the middle is right down there, but you can see a lot of parts of the scarf. So if you have a scarf that's not all one color or a symmetrical design, it can have this sort of interest and look. And then I'm also going to show you the waterfall knot. This is our last square knot. This is a very fancy knot. In my view, I'm not as fancy as this knot. I don't wear it very often, but starts with a triangle, and you're going to hold it like this on the side instead of across the middle. So goes around your neck this way, the 2 pieces you were holding, and you're going to use a scarf ring. This is a medium size. Point through from top to bottom, right? About where you're going to want, just right at your neck. Points from bottom to top. And you don't want to pull it any tighter than you want to wear it all day, right here. And then into the top, pull it straight. Now we're going to loosen right here so that I can get my fingers underneath there. All right. So now I have this part of the scarf across my body, and about halfway down, I'm going to pinch and fold it across my body like this. And that's going to go through these pieces on top of the scarf ring. So I'm going to pull it through like that. And now I'm going to take the sides that are going through the scarf ring and tug them, one side and the other side, so it's really secure. There we go. It's not too close up at the top. It does this pretty wrap around and just gently falling. It's really fancy. I mean, it's like the scarf version of a bird of paradise or something. I love it. I really love it, but I hardly ever wear it. Should do it more often. All right, that's all the square scarves we're going to look at today. Let's take a look at some oblong scarves. All right. Ooh, very secure. Let's get this off. Here we go. Now, for oblong scarves, that's the name for these long strips of fabric, fringe or no fringe, that you can get like that. It's probably the most common size or shape of scarf that I've seen. First one is very simple, European loop. hold it from the center. So you've got, let me do that again. You've got your scarf. You're gonna hold it equally, each side is the same length. Now you're going to drape it behind your neck, not too tight. And where you were holding it in the middle is now a loop. You're gonna pass the loose ends through the loop and adjust. Yeah, super, super simple, right? This is great for the winter, really gets up cozy around your neck. In fact, I can feel my cheeks starting to warm up. It's really warm, but gorgeous and really secure. Now I'd like to show you one called the Celebrity. I love this one. It's probably my favorite way to wear an oblong scarf. So I'm going to take this long scarf from the corner, right? And then I'm gonna hold it as far as I can reach. And I'm gonna twist it behind myself this way and lay it over my shoulders. And then I'm gonna pull it up a little bit at a time, boop, 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 like that. All right, now I'm going to start with this long side, get the corner, hold it in my left hand and go woof. All right, so that's gonna go around my body. Ooh, that didn't work as well as I thought. 1 second. Okay, let's try that again. It got stuck on my shoulder, like that. All right, so now I've got a corner and I've got this side that was always just hanging down. So they're going to come together and I'm going to tie a square knot. I have done this before. The square knot is super secure. And now just fluff. So this, you know, a lot of knots for an oblong scarf are right up here. This one really shows the whole length of the scarf, makes it fluid and flowy and soft and just like a cloud around you. I really like it. All right, now let me show you something called the magic trick. Now the magic trick is going to start with a basic loop. Let's get that together. Okay, a basic loop around and to the front, and then you're going to reach in and get this side, but don't pull it all the way through, just enough to be able to pass this side underneath it. See that? It's like a cross there, and you can just adjust it. You can have it really close up in the winter, great winter knot. But then in the summer, let's see if I can make it looser, but still have the sides be secure there. Now, if you find that like this is a pretty slippy scarf, it's pretty slidey, this chiffon. So down here, these two loose ends, I can tie them just to secure them a little more, right? Magic trick. Now the basic loop, which is what we did just now to start that knot. Let's do the basic loop with this robin's egg blue scarf. Is this not a gorgeous color? Love it. All right. So basic loop is gonna make your right side, my right side, one side a little smaller. And we're going to pass this around into the front, but in the, course of the day, wind, just movement, this is really not secure. This can just be all over the place and get tighter and looser. So if you put your hand through and pull the long end down, then you can adjust this side so that the cross is in the back there. Looks just like, an easy loop from the front, but it's much more secure. If the wind whips it off, it'll just, you know, it'll stay there. It won't get tighter and looser through the day, and it's just nicer. And you can make this loop, you know, bigger, fluffier, easier, just however you like to wear it. Now let's look at the fake knot that we looked at before with the square scarves. I'm going to make it longer on the right side because that's where I'm going to need the extra fabric for the knot. I'm going to wrap it toward my shoulder and then over the top and through. The reason I do that, by the way, is that it actually feels a little bit odd to do it that way. I want to do it this way. But if I wrap it toward my center instead of my shoulder, then what happens is when you pull this through, the place that it looks best to pass another piece through is out here. So if you, let's start again. If you put your hand and wrap it towards your shoulder and then through, now you can feed this other side through and see, this looks much less like a men's tie than the other one, don't you think? But it's, if you use a square knot, it's just so bulky and bleh. It's just a nice, easy way to wear it. And you can really vary the look based on how high up you do this knot. Let's show one higher. Right there, right there. Yeah. So the tails are hanging way down with this one. It's closer up to the neck. Looks super easy and elegant. All right, so an infinity scarf with tying an oblong into an infinity, it looks a little different. It's when I did that with the square scarf, it was right up here by my neck and it was all sleek, right? With the oblong scarf, if you tie both sides into a square knot, the knot is like softball size, and I do not enjoy that back there on my neck. So I enjoy taking a corner of an oblong scarf and the other side corner and tying a small square knot. Sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to cross and put it over my head, and now I've got this sort of wrappy, loose piece there that if you have a patterned scarf, that can be a really pretty way to show, floral or whatever. But it's super secure. It's, it'll stay right there and it's not close to your neck. It's nice. It's another nice summer knot. And I want to show you the waterfall knot. It's very different from the other one. The other one was so fancy. This one is super easy, where it starts with a basic loop, right? Adjust it a little so that this side is shorter. When I say adjust, I'm turning it like that. Now, this side, I'm going to take the edge that is closest to my center. I'm going to take the corner and wrap it right like this and just tuck it into the loop that's going around my neck. So it's not super secure, right? And I'm going to adjust it. Now that you see what I'm doing, I'm going to make it go around and tuck it in back there. And you might need to adjust this one during the day, but it's really pretty, right? It's not too tight. It can be fuller or less full depending on the weather, but it's a pretty way to show the fringe and the middle part of the scarf. And for the last one, let's show a key tie. The key tie starts with a shorter piece here and then a basic loop. You don't want this one to be too close. So basic loop, then the short side comes toward the middle. The long side goes in front of everything and then behind and up and out the top. So very secure, just like that. And that's the last knot that I have to show you. I hope you have really enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it for you. Again, if you would like to see a scarf collection video, I'd be happy to do one of those. If you'd give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment if you'd like any specific directions written out, I can do that. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.